Rain hammered against the windshield of a parked Toyota Camry. Inside, Naomi Carter sat motionless in the driver's seat, her face illuminated only by the dim glow of a streetlight. Tears streamed down her brown cheeks as she stared at a simple gold wedding band resting in her trembling palm. "I thought God brought him into my life." Her voice cracked through the darkness, barely audible over the storm. "But I was wrong." She closed her fist around the ring, her breathing uneven. "He only needed me for something he couldn't get on his own." Thunder rumbled. Her sob was barely audible over the rain. She leaned her forehead against the steering wheel, and the world went black. 3 months earlier, the grocery store parking lot was bathed in the golden light of a Saturday afternoon. Naomi exited the store carrying 2 overstuffed paper bags, dressed simply in jeans and a lavender cardigan, her natural hair pulled back into a low bun. She looked tired but gentle, the kind of woman who smiled at strangers even when her own heart was heavy. As she approached her car, one of the bags ripped. Apples, canned goods, and pasta boxes tumbled onto the asphalt. "Of course," she sighed, crouching down to gather the scattered items. A pair of hands appeared beside hers, strong, dark brown, with a silver watch catching the sunlight. "Let me help you with that." Naomi looked up. Standing above her was a man so handsome it almost seemed unfair. Impossibly sharp jawline, warm eyes, and a smile that could light up a stadium. He was dressed in a fitted navy button-down and dark jeans, effortlessly stylish. "Oh, thank you. I don't know what happened. I thought the bag." He chuckled softly, picking up an apple and inspecting it playfully. "These bags are terrible. They never hold up when you actually need them to." He handed it to her with a lingering smile. "Still looks good." Their eyes met. Naomi felt something flutter in her chest, something she hadn't felt in years. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you're watching from and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. Now back to the story. "Thank you. Really. I'm Emeka. Emeka Lawson. Naomi Carter." He extended his hand. She shook it. His grip was warm, confident. Beautiful name for a beautiful woman. Naomi blushed, looking down. She wasn't used to compliments. "You don't have to say that." He stepped closer. "I only say what I mean." The moment stretched between them. Emeka glanced at her car, then back at her. "Look, I know this is forward, but can I get your number? I'd hate to never see you again." Naomi hesitated. Her heart raced. Part of her knew she should be cautious. But his smile, his warmth, his presence. It all felt like an answer to a prayer she'd been whispering for years. "Okay," she said softly. The text started immediately. "Good morning, beautiful. Thinking about you. Can't wait to see you again." They had coffee at a small cafe 3 days later. Emeka leaned in, listening intently as Naomi talked about her work as a nursing assistant, about the elderly patients she cared for, about the long shifts that left her exhausted but fulfilled. He made her laugh, really laugh, for the first time in months. "You have a beautiful spirit, you know that?" he said, his eyes never leaving hers. "Most people just go through the motions. But you actually care." Naomi felt seen, truly seen. They walked through a park at sunset the following week. Emeka took her hand without asking, and she didn't pull away. The warmth of his palm against hers felt like home. "I feel like I've been waiting for you my whole life," he said, stopping beneath a sprawling oak tree. "Is that crazy?" "No," she whispered. "I feel it too." Late-night phone calls became routine. Naomi would lie in bed, smiling at the ceiling as Emeka's voice filled her ear. "You're different, Naomi. You're exactly what I've been looking for." Naomi sat on her worn couch a few weeks later, scrolling through photos of her and Emeka on her phone, glowing in a way her Aunt Miriam hadn't seen in years. Miriam entered carrying 2 mugs of tea, her graying locks pulled back, her sharp eyes studying her niece with concern. "You've been smiling at that phone for 20 minutes straight." "I can't help it, Auntie. He's amazing." Miriam sat beside her, setting down the mugs carefully. "How long have you known him?" "A few weeks." Miriam raised an eyebrow. Weeks. I know it's fast, but it feels right. He makes me feel like I matter. Miriam set down her mug, her expression serious. Baby, you do matter. You always have. You don't need a man to tell you that. I know, but love that rushes you rarely has roots. Just be careful. Let him earn your trust, not just your heart. Naomi's smile faded slightly. She looked away. You don't know him like I do. Miriam sighed, touching Naomi's hand. I hope you're right. That same night, across town, Emeka paced in his small, cluttered apartment, phone pressed to his ear. He spoke in a mix of English and Igbo, his tone tense. I know, but what do you want me to do? They're asking for proof. Real proof. He listened, jaw clenched. She's a nice girl, okay? She doesn't deserve... He stopped himself, rubbing his face. I'll figure it out. I always do. He hung up and stared at a photo of Naomi on his phone. His expression was unreadable. Guilt, fear, calculation, all swirling together in the dim light of his apartment. 2 weeks later, Naomi and Emeka sat across from each other at a candlelit table in a small Italian restaurant. The atmosphere was romantic, intimate. Naomi looked radiant in a simple black dress, her hair styled in loose curls. Emeka reached across the table, taking both her hands. Naomi, I need to ask you something. Her heart quickened. Okay. I know we haven't known each other long, but I've never felt this way about anyone. You're my peace, my home. When I'm with you, I don't feel lost anymore. Tears welled in Naomi's eyes. I don't want to waste time. Life is too short, too uncertain. He pulled out a small velvet box. Naomi gasped. Marry me, Naomi. Be my wife. Let me spend the rest of my life proving to you that you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Yes, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Yes, oh my God, yes. They embraced. Naomi buried her face in his shoulder, overwhelmed with joy. But if she'd looked closely at Emeka's eyes in that moment, she would have seen something else. Relief, desperation, not love. The courthouse was cold and sterile. Naomi and Emeka stood before a judge, signing their marriage certificate. There were no guests, no flowers, just paperwork and 2 witnesses pulled from the hallway. Naomi tried to smile, tried to feel the joy she thought she should feel, but something felt hollow, empty. Congratulations, the judge said flatly, stamping the document. Emeka kissed her briefly, his lips barely touching hers. We did it, he whispered. We did it, she echoed, but the words felt strange in her mouth. The shift happened almost immediately. 1 week after the wedding, Naomi entered their now shared apartment carrying takeout. She found Emeka on the couch, scrolling through his phone, barely acknowledging her presence. Hey babe, I got your favorite jollof rice from that spot you like. Thanks, he muttered, not looking up. Naomi set the food down, her smile fading. Long day. Yeah. Silence filled the room like a thick fog. Naomi sat beside him. He shifted slightly away. Emeka, are we okay? Why wouldn't we be? His tone was irritated, sharp. I don't know, you just seem distant.
I'm tired, Naomi.
Can you not do this right now? He stood and walked to the bedroom, closing the door behind him. Naomi sat alone, staring at the unopened food. Her eyes glistened with unshed tears. The pattern continued. Emeka slept on the couch more nights than not. At breakfast, he scrolled his phone while Naomi tried to make conversation, receiving only one-word answers. She reached for his hand during a movie once, and he pulled away, pretending to adjust his position. Late at night, she'd wake to hear him talking on the phone in hushed tones, stepping onto the balcony. She'd watch him through the glass, her heart breaking a little more each time. One night, unable to sleep, Naomi heard his voice from the living room. Low, urgent. She quietly opened the bedroom door and peered out. Emeka paced, phone to his ear, speaking in Igbo mixed with English. I married her like you told me, so why is immigration still delaying? His voice was agitated, desperate. She signed everything. What more do they need? Naomi's blood ran cold. Her hand flew to her mouth. She stepped back into the bedroom, closing the door silently, then slid down against it, trembling uncontrollably. The next day, Kenneth came to visit. He was Emeka's cousin, shorter and stockier, with kind eyes that couldn't quite meet Naomi's. He fidgeted in the doorway. Emeka's not here?
No.
He's out. Naomi's voice was hollow. Kenneth nodded, shifting his weight uncomfortably. Kenneth? Can I ask you something? He tensed. Did Emeka marry me because he loves me? Or because he needed papers? Kenneth's face crumbled. He looked away, his voice breaking. I'm so sorry, Naomi. I told him not to do it. I told him it was wrong, but he was desperate. He was going to be deported. His visa expired months ago, and he didn't know what else to do. The words hit Naomi like a physical blow. She stood there, frozen, as Kenneth continued. He said it would just be temporary, that once he got his green card, he'd figure it out. But I knew it wasn't right. I should have said something to you. I should have warned you. Tears streamed down his face. I'm so sorry. Naomi didn't cry. She didn't scream. She simply nodded, her face expressionless. Thank you for telling me. Kenneth left, and Naomi sat in the silence of the apartment that no longer felt like home. That night, she drove to her church. The building was empty, dark except for a few dim lights near the altar. She walked down the center aisle, her footsteps echoing in the cavernous space, and fell to her knees at the front. Why? She whispered, her voice cracking. Why wasn't I enough? What did I do wrong? Sobs racked her body. She pressed her forehead to the carpeted floor. I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted someone to choose me. Was that too much to ask? It's never too much to ask, baby girl. Naomi looked up, startled. Pastor Raymond stood at the end of the pew, his weathered face full of compassion. He was in his 60s, with salt and pepper hair and the kind of presence that made people feel safe.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know anyone was here. Don't apologize. He sat beside her on the floor, his joints creaking. Want to tell me what's going on? And so she did. Everything poured out. The whirlwind romance, the rushed marriage, Emeka's coldness, the overheard phone call, Kenneth's confession. Pastor Raymond listened without interruption, nodding occasionally. When she finished, he was quiet for a long moment. Sometimes, he finally said, God lets the wrong person break you so he can rebuild the parts of you they damaged. Naomi looked at him, tears still streaming down her face. You've been carrying wounds for a long time, haven't you? Wounds from childhood. Wounds from people who left. Wounds from feeling like you have to earn love. She nodded, unable to speak. Emeka didn't create those wounds, but he exploited them. And now God's going to use this pain to heal them. Not quickly, not easily, but completely. I don't feel strong enough. You're not. Not yet. But you will be. And when you are, you'll look back on this moment and realize it was the beginning of your breakthrough, not the end of your story. Naomi went home that night with a quiet resolve. She didn't sleep. She sat in the living room waiting. Emeka came home at 2 a.m, smelling of cologne and cigarettes. He stopped when he saw her sitting in the dark. What are you doing up? I know, she said simply. Know what? Why you married me. The color drained from Emeka's face. Naomi, don't. Her voice was steady, eerily calm. Don't lie to me anymore. Kenneth told me everything. Emeka ran his hands over his face, then sat on the couch across from her. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. What wasn't? Using me? Lying to me? Making me believe I was worth something to you? You are worth something. Not to you. Her eyes bore into him. I was just a tool. A means to an end. It's not that simple, Naomi. You don't understand the pressure I was under. I would have lost everything. My whole life here. So you took mine instead. He fell silent. I was your lifeline, she continued, her voice shaking now. But you were only my lesson. She stood and walked toward the bedroom. I'm leaving tomorrow. You can have the apartment, the marriage, All of it. Naomi, wait. Don't contact me. Don't look for me. We're done. She closed the bedroom door, leaving Emeka alone in the darkness. The next morning, Aunt Miriam helped Naomi pack her things. They didn't speak much. Miriam simply held her niece when the tears came, rocking her gently. You're going to be okay, baby. Better than okay. It doesn't feel that way. I know, but trust me, God's got you. Naomi moved into Miriam's house temporarily. The first few weeks were brutal. She'd wake up crying. She'd see couples holding hands and have to look away. She'd replay every moment, every sign she'd missed, torturing herself with what-ifs. But slowly, something began to shift. She started going to therapy. A kind black woman named Dr. Richardson who helped her understand her abandonment wounds, her pattern of accepting crumbs when she deserved a feast. She threw herself into her work, taking on extra shifts, saving money. She started journaling, praying more intentionally, reading books about self-worth. She cut her hair into a short, natural style that made her feel free. She started working out not to look different, but to feel stronger. She bought new clothes, bright colors she'd always been too timid to wear. 3 months after leaving Emeka, she got promoted to a supervisory position at the hospital. The pay was better. The respect was real. She moved into her own apartment, small but beautiful, with large windows that let in floods of sunlight. She decorated it with plants, colorful art, and photos of herself and Miriam. No pictures of Emeka. That chapter was closed. Meanwhile, Emeka's world crumbled. Immigration denied his application. The investigation into his marriage revealed inconsistencies. He was given 60 days to leave the country. His job at the electronics store let him go when they discovered he'd been working on an expired visa. His friends distanced themselves, tired of his drama and excuses. Kenneth stopped returning his calls. Emeka moved back into his cramped studio apartment. Thinner now, the light gone from his eyes. His charm couldn't save him. His smile couldn't fix this. He'd scroll through old photos of Naomi sometimes, feeling something he couldn't quite name. Regret, maybe, or loss, or the painful realization that he'd destroyed something real while chasing something temporary. 6 months after leaving, Naomi stood in line at a coffee shop downtown. She was radiant, glowing skin, confident posture, peace in her eyes. She wore a yellow sundress and her hair was styled in beautiful twists with gold cuffs. Naomi? She turned. Emeka stood behind her, looking haggard. He'd lost weight. His clothes didn't fit right. His eyes were bloodshot. You look amazing. Thank you. An uncomfortable silence stretched between them. I've been wanting to reach out, he said, his voice strained, to apologize for everything. Okay, I mean it. What I did, it was wrong. Unforgivable. You didn't deserve any of it. You were nothing but kind to me, and I used you. I see that now. Naomi studied his face. She could see the brokenness there, the regret. It was real, but it didn't change anything. I forgive you, Emeka. His eyes widened with hope. But I'm not going back. Not to you. Not to who I was when I was with you. I understand. I needed you to know that losing you made me realize what I'd thrown away. You were the best thing.
No.
Her voice was firm but not unkind. Don't do that. Don't make me your what could have been. I'm not your past anymore. I'm God's masterpiece now. She picked up her coffee from the counter and turned back to him one last time. I hope you find what you're looking for, Emeka. I really do. But it's not me. She walked out of the coffee shop, her head held high, the morning sunlight catching her face. Emeka watched her go, and for the first time in his life, he understood what it meant to truly lose something precious. Naomi drove home that afternoon with the windows down, gospel music playing softly. She thought about the woman she'd been 6 months ago, broken, desperate, invisible. She thought about the woman she was now, whole, worthy, seen. She pulled into her apartment complex and sat in her car for a moment, looking at her reflection in the rearview mirror. Thank you, she whispered to God, for breaking me so you could rebuild me better. She grabbed her coffee and her purse and walked toward her building. Tomorrow she'd have brunch with Miriam. Next week she'd start a Bible study group for single women at church. Next month she'd sign up for that nursing program she'd always wanted to pursue. Her life was just beginning, and this time she was enough all by herself. If the story moved you in any way, please take a second to like this video, subscribe, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one.